So, let's connect back to that terrifying moment. You're gasping for air, chest on fire, mind racing. Now imagine this. You grab your phone, but your fingers are trembling. Your vision's fading, and suddenly your own address slips from your memory. Sounds impossible, right? But it happens all the time. When your heart goes into distress, oxygen to your brain drops almost instantly, and confusion hits like a brick wall. That's why your very first line of defense isn't medication, it's preparation. You need an emergency communication setup that's so simple it works even when you can't think straight. Write your full address in bold, clear print on a bright card and tape it next to every phone in your house. Include your phone number, gate codes, and special entry instructions. Then program 911 as speed dial number 1 on your landline and your cell. When panic sets in, hitting one button can literally save your life. Here's another big one. Keep your cell within arm's reach, especially at night. Almost half of all fatal heart attacks in seniors happen between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. when phones are charging across the room. And don't just buy a medical alert device. Wear it all the time. Shower-proof models cost just a few bucks more, but they could mean the difference between surviving and being found too late. Oh, and one more overlooked move. Talk to your neighbors. Give a trusted one a spare key and let them know your condition. A quick knock from them could shave precious minutes off emergency response time. But here's where it gets even crazier. There's actually a simple technique that could keep your brain alive for up to 90 seconds longer while your heart's shutting down. All right, so picture this. You've done the prep work, phone nearby, info card ready. But suddenly, that crushing pressure hits again. You can't breathe right, your chest feels like it's in a vice, and you know what's happening. You've got seconds, maybe a minute, before you pass out. This is where something called cough CPR could buy you just enough time to stay awake and call for help. Now, there's been a lot of confusion around this one, but new research makes it clear. When done right, it can help in very specific situations. Here's the deal. At the first sign of heart attack symptoms, take the deepest breath you possibly can, then cough hard. Not a light cough, but a deep, full-body cough from your diaphragm. Breathe in again, cough hard again, and repeat that rhythm every 2 seconds, steady, strong, focused. What's happening inside your body is wild. Each deep breath pushes oxygen into your lungs, and each forceful cough squeezes your heart, helping blood circulate to your brain. You're basically giving yourself mini chest compressions, manually keeping things moving until help arrives. But there's a catch. This only works while you're still conscious and in certain rhythm disturbances. It's not a fix for a total blockage. Think of it as a short-term bridge, not a miracle cure. The Cleveland Clinic says it's most useful in the first 30 to 60 seconds after symptoms start, that tiny window before you lose strength. So, memorize this. Deep breath, hard cough, repeat. It might give you that extra minute to dial 911, unlock the door, or reach your medication. But speaking of medication, the next step is where most people go wrong, because almost everyone's heard of aspirin, but almost no one knows how to take it right when it really matters. Okay, so let's keep this rolling. You've stayed conscious long enough to grab your phone, maybe even called 911. Now what? If you've got aspirin nearby, this is when it becomes your best friend. But only if you use it the right way. See, everyone's heard the advice, take an aspirin during a heart attack. But here's what most folks miss. It's not what you take, it's how you take it. Harvard researchers found that chewing the tablet, not swallowing it, makes it kick in almost twice as fast. We're talking 14 minutes versus 26. And when your heart muscle is literally starving for oxygen, those 12 minutes can be the difference between living to tell the story or not making it to the ER. Here's exactly what to do. Take 1 regular 325 milligram aspirin or 4 baby aspirins if that's what you've got. Don't swallow, chew. Yeah, it tastes awful, but that bitterness is the sound of your life being saved. Chewing breaks down the coating so the medicine absorbs right through the lining of your mouth instead of waiting to dissolve in your stomach. Keep non-coated aspirin in multiple spots: your kitchen, your purse, your nightstand, your car. Check expiration dates every few months and replace old tablets. And if you're already taking a daily aspirin, that tiny 81 milligram dose doesn't cut it during an emergency. You still need that extra full-strength tablet. One quick warning: if you're allergic to aspirin or on blood thinners like warfarin, make sure your doctor has given you clear instructions for emergencies. So now you've bought yourself some time. Your blood's thinning, oxygen's flowing, but your position can either help or hurt your chances next. Believe it or not, how you sit or lie down during a heart attack can make a huge difference. All right, so now you've chewed your aspirin, 911 is on the line, and every second still feels like an hour. Here's something hardly anyone talks about, but it could make or break your survival odds. It's all about your body position. Sounds simple, right? But in a heart attack, how you sit or don't sit can literally decide whether you stay conscious or not. Here's the move: don't lie flat on your back unless you're about to pass out. Instead, sit upright at about a 45-degree angle. You can prop yourself up against a wall, headboard, or even a couch cushion. Keep your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground. This position, called the semi-Fowler's position, reduces strain on your heart by letting gravity help your blood flow. It also opens your chest so you can breathe easier and prevents fluid from backing up into your lungs. If you start feeling dizzy or like the room's spinning, ease yourself slowly to the ground and roll onto your side, the recovery position. That means lying on your right side with your left knee bent to keep you steady. It keeps your airway open in case you vomit, which happens in about a third of heart attacks. And it helps prevent choking. And don't forget the small stuff that makes a big difference. Loosen tight clothes, unbutton your collar, ditch the belt, open a window for fresh air. Overheating or restricted breathing just makes your heart work harder. Even something as simple as loosening your belt can boost oxygen levels in your blood by up to 8%, according to cardiac nurses. Now, if you think controlling your body is powerful, wait until you learn how to control your breathing. It's one of the few things you can do that actually helps your heart relax while you wait for help to arrive. All right, so now you're propped up, breathing's shallow, heart pounding like a drum inside your chest. Here's the thing: panic is your worst enemy right now. When that fear hits, your body goes into overdrive, and most people start hyperventilating. You breathe fast, shallow, frantic, and that actually starves your heart and brain of oxygen even more. But if you can slow down your breathing, you can calm your body, lower your heart's workload, and buy precious time. Here's how you do it: the same technique used by cardiac rehab patients at Stanford. It's called paced diaphragmatic breathing. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Feel your belly, not your chest, rise as you pull the air deep into your lungs. Hold it for a count of 4. Then exhale through pursed lips for a count of 6, like you're gently blowing out birthday candles. That long, controlled exhale signals your nervous system to chill out and slows your heart rate by up to 15 beats per minute. The magic here is in the rhythm. That steady flow increases oxygen absorption, lowers blood pressure, and helps your heart muscle relax. If you're conscious enough, say the numbers out loud. In 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not only does it keep you on track, but it lets the 911 dispatcher know you're still breathing and responsive. It's going to feel weird at first, especially when your body's screaming in panic. But if you've practiced it even 5 minutes a day before an emergency, your brain will remember how. The Mayo Clinic found that people who practice daily could automatically switch into this breathing mode under stress, and that meant less heart damage, fewer arrhythmias, and a higher chance of staying conscious. You've now stabilized your breathing. Your heart's getting oxygen again. But there's one last danger most people overlook. Even if help's on the way, they might not reach you in time if your home is locked up tight. Okay, you've done everything right so far. Called 911, chewed your aspirin, got into the right position, slowed your breathing. But here's the wild part. None of it matters if paramedics can't reach you. Thousands of people die every year simply because rescuers couldn't get through a locked door. It sounds insane, but it's true. So the moment you feel something's off, chest tightness, jaw pain, that weird arm numbness, unlock your door first. Do it right away, before you lose strength or coordination. Leave it slightly ajar if you can. Studies from emergency response teams show that people who unlocked their doors immediately had survival rates nearly 50% higher than those who waited. Once you're down, you won't be getting back up. If you live alone, take it one step further. Get a lockbox and register it with your local fire department. These boxes let first responders open your door with a code instead of breaking it down. And in a crisis, every minute counts.